Silent film runs around 18 FPS. Film runs around 24. When the oldest surviving animated feature film, Prince Ahmed by Lotte Reiniger, was brought from 18 to 24 frames a second, an entire new soundtrack was composed. Apparently composing over an hour of music was cheaper back then than repeating every fourth frame. Traditional animation tends to use 2 frames the same unless things are moving really fast, so that's 12 frames per second most of the time, and then 24 when things are running fast. Television runs at 59.94 FPS in these parts of the world, and 50 in these parts of the world, and I'm going to be calling that 60 from now on, okay? But there's also interlacing. The screen is made up of 480 or 576 horizontal lines. On one frame you get these lines, on the next you get these lines. So, when you get films on TV here, it plays a frame for 2 frames, then the next frame for 3 frames. And if you watch a film on TV here, it's sped up from 24 to 25 frames a second, and you never noticed. And that includes VHS and DVD. You would, however, notice if every second a frame was repeated. That would look pretty awful. In music terms, that's a shift from 120 to 125 BPM. Animated GIFs average 10 frames a second, and VR needs at least 120 for you not to feel motion sickness. Have I missed any? Answer in the comments. And if I go into my animation program right now, I can type any FPS I like, and I can even make video files that change frame rate, but this is kind of a bad idea. They might change frame rate on that particular video file while you're playing it, but once you load it up to YouTube or whatever streaming service you happen to be using, it converts it to a single frame rate, and you really are just making life hard for yourself by attempting to do something like that, even though I did do a tutorial on it once. And cameras are not that flexible. Like, a lot of them are locked to just a few FPS. The entirety of Android only does 30 FPS, even if you buy your Android phone in one of these parts of the world. And don't pretend phone cameras aren't good enough for you. Short answer, you're probably using 24, 25, 30, 50 or 60 frames a second, unless you're a mental. I animated Escape TV at 16 FPS. I refer you to my previous statement.